Hello, my name is Meredith Thomas, and I'm a doctoral scholar at National University. Today, we will examine the roles and responsibilities of qualitative researchers. I will define some key terms, discuss ways these terms apply to me as a researcher, summarize the researcher's role in 3 adjectives, and finish with some tips on keeping a qualitative researcher's journal. First, let us define 3 terms in qualitative research: positionality, reflexivity, and researcher as instrument. Positionality refers to the researcher's social and cultural background, opinions, and assumptions concerning the investigation. For example, in my own personal and professional experience, I have views and opinions about gifted education. My cultural background has given me exposure to various gifted and talented programs. Based on my experience, I developed the assumption that gifted and talented programs exist primarily without proof that they work. Reflexivity refers to how researchers attempt to recognize, investigate, and comprehend how their positionality affects the research process. In my case, knowing my assumption about gifted and talented programming led me to locate literature about gifted and talented curriculum and program evaluation. The researcher as instrument is a critical component of the qualitative research process since it is interpretive, experiential, situational, and personal. Qualitative research requires a degree of tolerance for intuition and empathy, so the researcher can gather enough information from the study participants to develop thorough findings. For instance, in my experience as an educator, I know how gifted and talented identification, advocacy, and curriculum writing are conducted. I can ask follow-up questions during the interviews using my experience to inform the study. If I could describe the role of the qualitative researcher in 3 adjectives, I would choose powerful, collaborative, and reflexive. Researchers have the ability to choose their research sites, study population, and research questions to find answers, pose new questions, and add to the body of knowledge. Having this kind of authority entails significant responsibility for scholars. The study questions will delve into other people's lives, which means there will be a lot of ethics and accountability to consider. Clear communication between the institutional review board, study participants, and the researcher is critical for valid, reliable, and credible findings. The research itself entails immersive dialogue between the researcher and study participants. In qualitative research, referring back to the participants is good practice to ensure their intended responses were appropriately and accurately captured in the findings. Feedback and cooperation with the IRB and the dissertation chair are also essential for qualitative researchers to be successful. Collaborative inquiry or analysis is also a valid approach to qualitative research. Reflexivity is an iterative process in which the researcher reveals their effect on the research process and its impact on them. Viewing the researcher as the primary study instrument, the need to consistently consider positionality and pay great attention to the context and complexity becomes vital for generating robust and trustworthy research. When presenting their findings, reflexive researchers provide detailed descriptions of the phenomena, enriched and augmented by visual representations of the data. Some notes to consider: after each interview or focus group, journal the experience. Begin with a 2-paragraph introduction. The first paragraph begins with the words, "I learned." Then document any new information gleaned from the day's research. The second paragraph begins with the words, "I realize." It is important to use this phrase to highlight assumptions or other awarenesses you may have which surfaced as a result of the interview. During the journaling process, I will explore the questions of why and why not. Specifically, on the heels of the introductory paragraphs, I will ask myself why I interpreted the findings how I did. Then I will ask why I do not think something else could be a better interpretation. These were some important roles and responsibilities of qualitative researchers. Thank you for listening.